Okay, guys. If you can hear me, say something, say hello, or say something in the text or the comment section, and share the live to others. Share it to others so that they can also join ASAP. If you can hear me, say something in the comment section so that I'll know that you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, good, 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 good. So good that you are here. Welcome again to my weekly live session. Share the live, share it to others so that they can also benefit from the um, share the live, share to others so that they can join. And before we start, let's give them some few minutes before we start. So share the live to others. Share it right now. Share it to others so that they can also benefit from this. Before we start, let's give them a minute or two. Share it on your page as well. Share it to your contacts on WhatsApp because I get so many questions during the week that I can't answer everything individually. So I try to use this live session to answer all your questions. I try to answer all your questions so that you also you will benefit from this study abroad thing. I've been getting so many questions, and honestly, I'm overwhelmed. And I'm also grateful that you are interested in this. But share it. Let's share to others. Continue to like the live, like it, and hit on the like, hit on it. Tap on the screen, share it to others so that they can also benefit as well. Yeah. So we are here once again. Let's give them 1 more minute. I'm giving you 1 more minute to share the live and also tap on the screen. Tap on the screen, continue to tap on the screen so that others can be notified that I'm live now and they will be able to join as well. So, yeah, let's do it right now for them. Let's do it for them. Let's see how we can help them as well. And then, yeah. So, tap on the screen as well. Give me a minute. I'm back again. So let's now that we are here, we can start now. Um yeah, so you're welcome once again. Continue to share and like the live, tap on the screen so that others can join. But you are welcome once again to my live session. I do this every Sunday, 6 p.m. Ghana time. I do this 8 p.m. German time as well, based on where you are. Um, this is mainly for a Q&A session to answer questions that you may have during your study abroad application. But I also every week I pick a topic to discuss. I pick a topic to talk about. And so this week I've prepared another topic that I want to share with you. And I'm sure that this topic today will also go in a long way to help you do your study abroad application smoothly. So as I continue to talk, tap on the screen and also share the live so that we can go on. And so today I mainly wanted to come and answer your questions. I've gotten so many questions that I wanted to answer, but also to answer questions that you have in the comment section. So as I'm moving on, you don't have to wait till the end of the session to ask any question you have. If you have any question as I'm moving forward, whether related to this or not, you put it in the comment section. I will answer it as and when I'm making the presentation. So you don't have to wait till the end to ask your question. Yeah, so that is mainly how it is. If you also need any assistance, put it in the comment section. Whatever question it is, put it there, and then I'll see if I can answer it to my ability. But today, I want to basically talk about studying in the USA, and I'm going to talk about um, whether you have an admission without a scholarship, or if you had both, or if you had a partial scholarship, how do you go about it? So I'm going to give you a full breakdown. So imagine you have not done a study abroad application, or you don't even know anything about study abroad in the first place, and you are interested in studying in the US. How do you start? How do you go by it? That's what I'm going to talk about today. And I'm going to give you a general breakdown so that when you start your application with this knowledge, you will know what to do wherever you get to. For example, you get to admission and you don't have a scholarship, or you get to a point where um, there is a partial scholarship or whatever it is. If you get to that point with this very good information that I'm going to give you today, you will be able to navigate the whole system. So that is it. That is for today. So if you're watching this, like I said, continue to tap on the screen and share the live to others so that they can also benefit. So that yeah, they can benefit as well. Now, like I said, today we're going to talk about studying in the US. Now, one of the things is that many people usually are able to secure admission. So if you are able to craft a very good statement of purpose, you have a very good CV, getting an admission sometimes is not the most difficult thing because you meet all the requirements, so they can give you admission. But the truth is that many people panic when they get admission and they don't get a scholarship or they don't get any funding. They are panicking because they feel like they are not able to study abroad without the scholarship and all that. But the truth is that there are still many ways of funding your study. So there are still several ways, and today I'm going to explain to you all the ways that I have found that you can use to fund your study in the US. Now, if you're interested in other parts, I'll talk about that in subsequent videos. But today I'm going to specifically talk about US. But of course, if you have any question, you can put in the comment section. Now, this session, I'm going to, of course, talk about mistakes to avoid before application. Before I go to the scholarship part, I'll talk about mistakes you should avoid when you are making application. Now, one of the things is that when you are applying for schools in the US, whether you want to be considered for a scholarship or not, during the application during the application in the portal, they ask you whether you want to be considered for any funding or not. Sometimes people ignore it and they don't put anything there. And this is already a first mistake. So you have to know that when you're applying for a school in the US or something, you have to know that when you get to the funding part, which they will ask you, how do you intend to fund your study? You have to put there that you want to be considered for any available scholarship. That's the first thing you have to do. So avoid that mistakes. Most of the time, these assistantships, they don't just say it that okay, this is an assistantship, apply. Sometimes it comes, it's a single application. So when you get to the funding part, you have to either type in there or click somewhere that you want to be considered for assistantship. Some portals will ask you whether you want a teaching assistant, a graduate assistant, or whatever assistant. Please click all of them and tick all of them so that you are considered for all the assistantships. And in the US, like I said in some of my videos, most of the scholarships come in the form of assistantships. And these assistantships can be graduate assistantship, teaching assistantship, or research assistantship. And in this case, you are more like working under a supervisor, and then you'll be paid at the end of the month. And that is what you use to fund your study. So this is something that so when you are applying to a school in the US, make sure that during the funding session, click that you want to be considered for all fundings that are available. This is something that I want you to remember. So there's also the mistake of poor communication. So sometimes people fail to contact program coordinators, faculty members, or potential supervisors. Now, if you watch my video, one of the things I champion a lot is sending cold emails. So if you are interested in doing something in chemistry or physics or whatever, you should go to the university that you want to study at and go to the faculty members and then see who is doing a research in your area. And then you send them a cold email. If you want a cold email tutorial or whatever, check on my YouTube channel, you'll see it there. Now you draft this cold email, you tell them who you are, how you found a program, or maybe the type of research that they are doing, the type of research you have done that you are interested in, and then how you want to work with them. So this is one of the things that you can do to capture their attention. Some people say that okay, they send, they don't receive reply. Remember that there are thousands of people who are also sending the email, so sometimes it's difficult for them to reply to all of them. So sorry, make sure that you craft a very nice email. Don't write a very long email, because just imagine sometimes when someone sends you a WhatsApp message and it's a very long WhatsApp message, you don't even read it. So make sure that your email is a very concise one that captures the attention of the potential supervisor, and therefore they'll be able to review it for you. So that's one thing. Contact the program coordinator, contact the potential supervisor, contact faculty members, and explain your situations to them. Now, here I want to answer a certain question that some people ask. For example, if you have an HND, some people say, oh, I have an HND, I don't have a degree. Can I apply for this program? One thing I'll say is that usually when they put the requirements there, they say they want a bachelor's degree. Now, the thing is that some schools in the US don't know what HND is. So you have to explain to them. So in this case, you should write to the program coordinator and say that, okay, I have it, if it is a 2-year HND or a 3-year diploma or whatever it is, if it's 2 years, you tell them, I have a 2-year degree from this. Is it possible to apply? Is it able to meet the requirement? If it is able to meet the requirement, they will reply and tell you that, okay, you can do the application. If you have a 3-year diploma or HND or whatever it is, and then you want to, it's not a degree, so you want to apply, you write to the program coordinator, because all the scholarships or the opportunities I share, there's always a contact person there. And so when you write to the contact person saying that, okay, I have a 3-year degree, or I have a 3-year certificate from Ghana, I studied blah, 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 and I'm interested in this scholarship. Is it possible to apply with that 3-year or 2-year certificate or degree? If it is possible, they'll let you know. If it is not possible, they'll let you know. But most of the time, when you're applying with a 3-year degree or 3-year diploma, sometimes because the competition for the scholarships are very high, they will most likely prioritize those who have degree, those who have 4 years, because they have more credit hours, they have more courses that they have done, so they might prioritize them. But if you have very good grades and you also have very good work experience, then it can also speak to you. So this is a question, or this is how I want to handle it. So either you have a diploma or whatever it is, please write to the program coordinator and explain your situation to them. Don't just tell them I have an HND. They may not know what an HND is, or I have a diploma. You have to tell them the details of it. Oh, is it a 3 year or is it a 2 year diploma? Then they can tell you, okay, when you are doing that, make sure you attach your CV, your transcript and your certificate if possible, and even your CV, just for them to review and see if your credit hours meet the credit hours for the program. So this is a tip that I want you to remember. Now, the next is choosing a wrong program. So usually when you are applying for a program or you're applying for an opportunity, they'll tell you this is the program. Sometimes the program will not bear the same name as the one you did in your bachelor, even though they might be in the same domain. So yours is to go through and check what the demands for the program is. So you have to tell them, okay, or you have to check. Maybe you had a bachelor's in chemistry, and the one they are advertising is chemical engineering or something. Even though it's not an engineering program you did in your bachelor's, but if you check through the prerequisites and think that okay, what you did in your bachelor's can maybe push you to be able to do something like that in the masters, then you can go ahead and do the application. Also, you can write to the program coordinator, attaching your transcripts and all that, and tell them, okay, you have a bachelor's in this or blah 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 blah. Can you still do the application? Now, there's also another tip. Most times, the business related courses, I don't see a lot of scholarships for them because usually those ones are self-funded. So you have to beware. I mean, there are some that I've come across, even today I posted some that are in business related courses. There are business related courses, but my experience shows that most of these business courses are usually self-funded. So you have to know what you're applying for. But please make sure you choose the right program. Always read about the program. Don't just see the program and start applying. Read about it and see whether you meet the requirements or not. So the next is undergraduate. Now I see that many people will tell me, okay, what about bachelors? Your videos are always on masters and PhD. What about bachelors? The truth is that the bachelor scholarships that I have seen, they are not very many, and even if they are many, they are highly competitive. Now, in order to boost yourself to be able to get a very good bachelor scholarship, if you can have an ACT or SAT, SAT, that will boost your chances of getting a fully funded scholarship in the US for a bachelor's. So if you want to do a bachelor's, then I'll after your high school, I will recommend that you try and write the SAT or ACT. This is something that if you have, it can boost your chances of getting a scholarship. But the truth is, the scholarship for the ones for the undergraduate are usually limited. That is my experience. There may be many, maybe I have not come across them, but from my experience, they are very limited. But I have some of them coming up, so you should watch out on my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. And then yeah. So before we go to the part 2 of this video, someone just as I said, hello Freeman. I would like your advice and assistance on getting admission with scholarship in Ireland or the Netherlands. I have an MBA in project management, a postgraduate diploma in management, and HND in accounting. Yes, so please go on my YouTube channel, Josiah. Go on my YouTube channel. All this you are asking, I have made videos on them, video on Ireland, there's video on Netherlands, and so many other places. Don't limit yourself. Check the ones that have the courses that you are interested in and then do the application. So please check on that. If you have any question, to put in the comment section of that video, and then I'll attend to you. Now, the next thing is, assuming you have applied, you have done all your application, and then you got only admission. You got an admission. That's a very big step because not everybody gets admission. So you get an admission, but it didn't come with a scholarship. How do you handle it? This is where I want you to listen very well. Now, the first thing is for you to accept the admission. So when you get the admission letter, accept it, and show some appreciation. Yeah, just accept it. That's the first thing. Now, the next thing is to explore funding opportunities. For example, if you get an admission in the Department of Chemistry and then you didn't get a scholarship, what you can do is to write to the program coordinator of the chemistry department, or you go to the head of department, the contact email. You write to them that, oh, you thank them for the admission that you got, blah, 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 blah. You want to see if there are opportunities for scholarships or assistantships in the department. And during your application, you text that you wanted to be considered for assistantships. Is it that you are waiting, or are there assistantship letters coming after this or not? Just explain or tell them what you think you want to know from them. Or are there other scholarship opportunities that you can explore? Write to them, and then let's see. Some people have gotten opportunities through that. So yeah, this is the admission, but the assistantships have not yet been decided. So you hear from them. Or, oh, we have these scholarships available, you can do further application for this. And that is how it works. So you have to write to them. That's one thing. You have to look for other offices as well. For example, the international office. So every university has an international office because they have international students. Those That international office is usually responsible for maybe the I-20, the documents that you need for a visa, and so many other things. So if you get an admission, a partial scholarship, or no scholarship, and you want to explore other opportunities, write to the international office. Look for them on the site. Write to them and tell them that, oh, you got an admission here. You attach your admission and your documents. You tell them you got an admission here, but unfortunately you didn't get a scholarship, and you wanted to know if there are opportunities in the international office where you can work as an assistant while studying, because sometimes these as international office also have assistantships that are there, so you can work maybe in the international office as something, and then you get they pay for it, and then when you get there, then you are working there whilst also studying. These as international office can also have opportunities, so you write to them, do the same explanation that you got an admission and you want to explore scholarship opportunities, and there's possibility that you can get there as well. So that is it. You can also go to the graduate office. Graduate school, usually the graduate school, they also have a contact person. There are some graduate assistantships that are in other departments and not exactly in your department. And there are some things that you can also work in. For example, you are in maybe chemistry department, and then you are looking for an assistantship in the engineering department. For example, a professor has uh, a project for chemical engineering. The fact that you are not in that department doesn't mean you cannot get an assistantship in that other department. So one thing you can do is to write to the graduate school, which is the graduate school that covers all the graduate programs. For example, you are doing a master's or a PhD. Tell them, okay, you got an admission here and you want to explore opportunities in the graduate school if they are possible, either scholarships or assistantships that are available. Then you can write to them. You'll be able to, you might be lucky there, because sometimes there are what we call campus jobs. There are graduate assistant roles. There are scholarship lists for international students as well. You can get information on that as well. The next is to explore the university employment website. So usually every university has an employment website. So you go to the website of that university, and then you explain to them that, okay, um, you are looking for employment in that is the contact person, if you find a contact person there. But some universities list assistantship positions that are in the university, so you can check through and see if there are other assistantship positions that you can apply with the course that you are doing. Then you can do the separate application there. So that's another thing. You have to go to the uh, university website or job portal, and then you'll be able to find some opportunities there as well. So that is it. So either you have an admission without a scholarship, you have a partial scholarship. Please use all these tips that I've mentioned, and then you'll be able to secure some of the opportunities. Yeah. So the next is to reach out to what we call the financial aid office. If you go to the university, usually when you go through either the academics or admissions part, you see a part that is called financial aid. Now, if you click on the financial aid, there's definitely going to be a contact person there. So if you reach out to that contact person in the financial aid office, you write to them and tell them, okay, you got an admission here in their university, blah blah blah, and you are looking for scholarship or funding opportunities, because they are the funding financial aid officers. usually they've had experience with international students, so they know the type of scholarships that are available, so you can apply. So that is one thing that you can also do. Reach out to the financial aid office and then explain to them your situation and tell them you are interested in doing the application, blah blah blah, ABC and all that. And then let's see if you get a very good response from them. That is something that you can reach out. That is something that you can employ as well. So these are tips. These are great tips I've given you based on how to secure funding if you didn't get any scholarship. For example, you just apply, you got only admission, and you are worried you cannot fund yourself. All these things that are listed is something that you should reach out to, or you should use the channels you should use to be able to secure some extra funding for yourself. Now, the next thing is also leverage social media. So, almost all these universities now have social media platforms. They are on LinkedIn, they are on X, they are on Facebook, they are on YouTube, and all that. Make sure you follow them. So, if you're applying for this university, follow that university on social media. Check their updates. Sometimes they update on application fee waiver codes. They will tell you funding opportunities. They will tell you some new information can just come up, and then you'll be interested in that, and then you can take up that opportunity. So sometimes they even post scholarship opportunities there. They're like, oh, we have this extra funding for international students who are applying to blah 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 blah, and you can maybe use that as an opportunity to apply for yours. So this is something that you can also do. The next is to the last resort. So for example, you've done all these things and you are still not getting any luck with the scholarship, and I hope it doesn't get to this point, because that is usually very difficult. But if you've done all these things that I mentioned and then you still don't get any funding to support you, either your partial scholarship or your full scholarship, the next thing is to look out for loans. So there are some organizations in the US and then in the international world that can help you secure a loan. And then that loan, you can use it to secure your visa and then move. So, for example, you have a partial scholarship and they are paying up to maybe $12,000, and you need other source of funding to compensate or to complement it. You can apply for a loan. Now, these loans will be given to you. They'll give you a letter showing that they are sponsored, and then this letter is what you use to secure their visa. Bear in mind, people have used loans to secure um, visas, so you have to. But please, you have to read the terms very well. Don't just go in and then get a loan and then you think that is it. You have to read the laws very well. You have to also know about the repayment plan and all that. So please check through all the options that I gave you earlier. And if it comes to the part where you cannot do anything but go for a loan, then this is where you have to do the loan. Now, I'm going to mention some few companies that you can look out for. I'm sure there are other companies, which of course are there. You can check them out. But these are the companies that I know about, which are Empower, Juno, Prodigy Finance, Ascent, Discover, um, Ernest, Penfed, and Credible. So these are companies that are all into financing international students. One thing is you have to check that the loan company, for example, you are doing Empower, check the loan company and see whether they cover the university you've applied to. And if they do that, then you write to them and then you can do the application for the loan. Please, I'm not a consultant or an agent for any of them. So you have to do that yourself. So please go online, read about them, read the full details, don't skip anything, read everything. And then when you are satisfied, you still want to go for the loan, then you can secure the loan. So this is a tip that I'm giving to you, of course, as a last resort, especially from where I stand, yeah, as a last resort. But if it gets to that point, then you have to do the homework and then be able to do the application yourself. Now, I've talked about all these things. I've talked about uh, accepting the admission. I've talked about exploring funding opportunities in the department. I've talked about contacting the international office and the graduate offices. I've talked about university employment websites. I've talked about reaching out to the financial aid department or financial aid office. I've also talked about connecting with the international office or international. Yeah, I've not talked about that. Then the social media. Now, before I go to, I should have talked about this before the loan, but this is something that is very important. For example, you are applying from Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, wherever, and you get an admission, you don't have a scholarship or whatever it is. The most one of the most important thing is to go to the department website and look for the current students there. Or you go to the international student website and look for the current students there. I bet you will find a student who is currently studying in that university from your country. So that's one thing you can do. So you go there, if you find someone who is studying currently there, not sometimes not particularly in your department, but is currently in that university and is from your country, it's a good thing to reach out to that person. Send them an email, and usually their emails are online. Either you find them there or you can find them on social media or wherever. Contact them and tell them, oh, you also applied for this school and you didn't get a scholarship, but you got an admission. You wanted to contact them and see if there are scholarship opportunities that he knows about so that he can help you secure whilst he's there. One thing is those people are already in the system, so they might even know some opportunities that you will not know because you've not even been there. So it's good to contact those people who are already in the system and explain your situation to them and tell them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and then they will then maybe they can even take you as a mentee and explain and even apply for you and speak to a professor. For example, I know of someone who got an assistantship because he had a friend or he knows somebody or he knew somebody who was already in that department and was working with a professor who got an extra funding. So he was like, oh, Mr. A, do you know any student who is interested in also picking up an assistantship? And he said, oh, I know a friend who is also applying. And so, okay, tell your friend to apply because I can pick him. So it's somebody who was already in the system. There was also another person who a random person just contacted them and said, oh, I'm looking for opportunities. So, oh, you can apply to my department because my professor has extra funding and has been looking for students. So you can apply and I'll inform him that you are applying. And this is how the person got there. So reach out to students who are already in the department and explain your situation to them, especially if they are from your country. Or even if they are not from your country, you are all Africans or you are all from you all want to get an opportunity. Reach out to them and tell them this is the situation and you are interested in applying for a project or you want a sponsorship or whatever it is. And then I'm sure that most of them will reply you and then they will be able to put you in the right direction. So if you explore all these things and it doesn't work, that's when you go for the loan. So this is something that I really want to stress. Reach out to people. Don't just sit in your bubble and think that everything is done. Reach out to people. I get people who send me a lot of news that, oh, I've been applying and applying and applying. I'm not getting anything. I'm giving up. I mean, there's nothing else I can tell you. You have to keep persisting. All of us went through that meal, and I bet you when you get one of them and then you finish, you forget about all the stress that you went through. So yeah, that is it. And good news, in just this past week, someone has secured a fully funded scholarship in the US for PhD, and they are preparing to get their visa and all that. Another person got a partial scholarship, an admission with a partial scholarship. So I'm giving them these steps to go. And others are also applying in my using my videos. So please don't sleep on the videos. Go on my YouTube channel. I make sure that I talk about scholarship. I do the research and I find the scholarships for you to do the application. And the videos, like I said, are usually tutorials. So please, when you follow the steps that I explain in the video, you should be able to do the application. And if you still want someone to help you with the application, that's when you reach out. But as a student, try and do the application yourself so that you get the experience yourself. Now, there's a question here before I go to the next part. It says, thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate. From the list of aids you have mentioned, I'll reach out to me towards my acceptance. Is there any ways you can help me? Yeah. So Ishmael Fofana, yeah. So use these tips. I already spoke to you yesterday. Use these tips that I mentioned today, and then contact either you contact financial aid office, international office, contact existing students. Do that work yourself. Go online, reach out to them, and write to them and tell them you want funding, and let's see how it goes. But yeah, keep me posted. So yeah, like I said in the beginning, if you have any question, please put in. Don't wait till the end before you ask any question. Put in the comment section, and then I'll attend to them whilst I go on. So yeah, that is it. I think another question. Yeah, not yet. So put the questions in the comment section, and then I'll reach out to I'll answer them whilst I move on. So this is what I've spoken about today. I've talked about getting an admission without scholarship and how to secure extra scholarship. I talked about exploring opportunity in the department, contacting the international office and the graduate office. I've talked about the university employment website, reaching out to the financial aid department, connecting with international students. So students that are already there, you can find them and write to them. And then the last resort, which I said is the last resort, is the educational loan. And you can get some from Empower, Juno, Prodigy Finance, Ascent, Discover, NS, Penfed, and Credible. These are ones that you can get sponsorship or scholarship from. Now the next part of this is to explore other opportunities. I know that many people want to go to US, they want to go to Canada and all that. But there are also other scholarships that you can explore. You don't have to particularly go to US. Maybe you are looking at US, but your luck is actually in Germany or France or wherever. There are various scholarships that are available. So yeah, there are various funding opportunities that are available. For example, we have the Mastercard Foundation Scholarship. This one covers various countries, and they are currently being open. There are several of them coming up. I have some coming at the University of Cambridge. I have some on University of Toronto in Canada. There's another one at Sciences Po University in France, which is coming up. I'm going to make videos on all these ones coming up. So the Mastercard Foundation Scholarship is one very prestigious scholarship that you should also look out for. And I know a friend who won it, and he says that it's a very prestigious scholarship. And I know because it's one of the best scholarships in the world. And it also targets various courses. The one in Toronto specifically are for medical courses. So you that you are asking about pharmaceutical sciences and all that, you those in the medical field, you can explore this opportunity. So check on my YouTube channel, check and subscribe, put me on post notification, and then when I drop the videos, you can do the application. This question on, do you have tutorial videos on funding opportunities for pharmaceutical sciences under the Faculty of Pharmacy? Please, the videos are usually general tutorial. So the courses, I don't deal with individual courses. I will explain everything and I'll show you all the courses that are under it. So you have to go to the video and then choose the particular course you are interested in amongst the list and then do the application. So they are not course specific, they are scholarship or opportunity specific. So if you go to the videos I've made about University of Cornell, Notre Dame University, and just yesterday I talked about Dartmouth College, you may find courses that are in the pharmaceutical sector. Please remember that sometimes the names are not the same as the one you want to see. So you have to be flexible and see that if you meet the prerequisites, then you can do the application. If you also have a bachelor's and you want to do a master's, I always say that the bachelor's sometimes is a springboard. So you don't have to limit yourself to whatever you did in your bachelor's to be able to do that in a master's. You can widen yourself. There are people who did A in bachelor's and then got opportunities. My personal roommate did agricultural economics, but later he went to do his master's and he went into marine science and all that, and he finished with a very good with the first class. So you don't have to limit yourself. Sometimes you have to grab the opportunities as they come, and as the kind of training we've had, you'll be able to adapt and meet the requirements. So please widen your horizon and don't stick to one particular place. Now, so I was talking about the available scholarships in other countries. So we have the DAAD scholarship as well, which is in Germany, Currently, I am in Germany. We have the DAAD EPO scholarship and the DAAD Helmut Schmidt scholarship. The Helmut Schmidt one is already passed, the deadline is gone. But the EPO scholarship, there are some courses that are still open. So check on my YouTube channel, you see the DAAD scholarship, and you can do the application. The tutorial video also explains how to apply with under the DAAD. I even used a course as an example for you to see how the application is done. So check that on my YouTube channel and you'll be able to do the application. There's also the Singapore. That one I made a video earlier, but I don't think it's open yet, but I'll make maybe a new video as well. The main prestigious ones that the prestigious one that I always talk about is the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. And I got the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, so you can also get it. So the Erasmus Mundus scholarship is a scholarship in the EU where you get to study in multiple universities for your masters. So I studied in Germany and Belgium. I have other friends who studied in other countries as well in Europe. So this is a very prestigious scholarship, and they will start opening by the middle of this month onwards. And I'll make another tutorial video to explain how to do the application for the Erasmus scholarship. So watch out. If you have not subscribed and you are listening to me, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Share the link to others. Share the page to others so that they can also benefit from it. Don't gatekeep it. Share to others. Share the page. Share the page. Share the YouTube page so that others can also benefit, and then we'll grow in numbers. Now, someone says, please say, I have a second class lower in my bachelor's degree. What are my chances of getting a fully funded master's scholarship, master's program? I mean, I will not say your chances are low. You have to do the application. The worst that will happen to you is that you didn't get it, but you tried. So if you don't try, you will not know. Some people have gotten scholarships with second lower. Some people got it. I know someone who got a fully funded scholarship in the UK with a lower because they. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. So sorry for that. So like I said, I know someone who got a fully funded opportunity in the US, even with a second class lower. But one thing they did was they had a very good CV with experiences, and then experiences and maybe work experience and all that. They had all those things, and it was able to compensate for that lower grade. The truth is, the reviewers know that everybody can get a first class, but sometimes the experience is what counts. So, and also recommendation letters and all that. So please don't limit yourself, even though you have even though you have what's the name, a second lower, you don't have to limit yourself. Please go ahead and do the application. Do the application. You don't have to limit yourself. If you check the videos that I make on my YouTube channel, the tutorials are there. Use that, guide yourself, and then do the application. You don't have to limit yourself. Please don't limit yourself and say that, oh, I got a lower. And I think there's that myth that, oh, it's only first class people who get scholarship. It's not true. So please go ahead and do the application. Great Eben. There's another question here that says, please say, I have a second class though. Okay, I think I've answered that. Say, can you please speak more on the process of changing subject? It's not a process. For example, you did a bachelor's in, I don't know, maybe you did a bachelor's in agricultural technology. That is what you did. And then you see a scholarship in forestry. You know that it's not exactly the same as agricultural technology, or you did agricultural sciences, but you see an opportunity in forestry, or you see an opportunity in fisheries. You don't have to say that because it's not agricultural technology, you will not apply. If you check through and they are saying that, oh, they are looking for someone who has bachelor's in agriculture, in forestry, blah, 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 forest science, and related courses, you have to know that that is open. So you have to send in your application. If you get it, then you go and do the forestry. It's a master's. You can adapt. You can do extra hours, learn more, and then adapt. So please don't limit yourself. That's what I was talking about. If you have a master's in A and you think that you want to branch somewhere else, and you see an opportunity there, please apply. The worst you hear is, no, you were not picked. That's just the worst, and nothing's wrong with that. We've all had rejections one way or the other in our life. But if you apply, you are not confident, you apply and then you get it, you realize that, oh, if you had not applied, you would have been the unlucky one. So like I said, if you see the opportunity and it's not exactly your course, but it has some similarity to your course, please go ahead and do the application. Someone says, I need masters in either mathematics or geographic information science, GIS. though I don't know which one to choose. It's been more people 10 years since I graduated, and I don't it's been more than 10 years since I graduated, and I don't know anything about any research. Yeah, I mean, if you graduated more than 10 years ago, what were you doing? Were you working? Maybe that's your work experience. But if you are going to do a master's, please put in your mind that except you are going to the UK to do a taught master's, and even the taught master's, you write some research papers. You don't just do classroom work and that is it. You write a report or something. You do a bit of a thesis. So please bear in mind that if you are going to do a master's, you are going to do research. I get people write to me that I want to do a master's, but I don't want to do any research. The truth is that they are going to fund your study. And if they are funding your study, what is the results that you are giving to them? You have to do some research. So please prepare your mind that you have to do some research one way or the other. And it's part of it. I mean, if you are doing masters, you should prepare that you do some research. That is the hard truth. So yes, I mean, more than 10 years. The truth is also that some scholarships, the truth also is that some scholarships have limitations. They know that they will put the number of years that your bachelor shouldn't have been more than. So for example, the DAD scholarship like this, they sometimes give you at least about 7 years or so, or 6 years. 6 years. They tell you by the time you're applying, your bachelor's that you earn shouldn't be more than 6 years. If it's more than 6 years, they will not even mind you. That is, so you have to always check the requirements to apply. Some are open. Some scholarships like the Mastercard Foundation, they put age limit there. You shouldn't be more than 35 years to apply for a master's and a Mastercard Foundation scholarship. So if you're more than 35 years, you cannot apply. That is it. So there are some scholarships that put age limit, some put the duration of your bachelor's, the limitations there, and all that. And that is something that you have to know. Yeah. Mm. Now, I'm checking some. I think there are some questions as well on my TikTok. It said even those who finish with O level, I mean, someone who never reached high school. That one is O level. I have no idea on that. Yeah, if you don't have a, yeah. So O level, I don't have an idea on that. But what I see is bachelors and all that. So please, let's go ahead on that. It said, please, in Germany, someone with bachelor's of commerce in accounting from Ghana, what other master's program can the person read which is not accounting or business program? You have to check online. You can just go on ChatGPT and write this same thing and say that okay, because the courses are many. I don't have all the courses in my brain. You can also go to a video I made on DAED finding programs in Germany. So for example, I can share my screen and explain that to you. Hold on. Let me open that. DAAD. Yeah, I'll find that DAAD, and then I'll show you programs. So international programs. So I'm sure now. Let's see what the programs are. So this is the DAD page where you can find the programs that are being offered in Germany. Remember, not these are not scholarships. These are just the programs in the university. If you want scholarship, the DAD APOS and the DAD Helmut Schmidt are the ones you have to apply for. But these are just programs in the universities in Germany. And if you check through here, you see that if you want, let's say, for example, a master's degree, if you click on a master, you see that there are over 1,600 courses. Now, some people usually say that, oh, in Germany, you have to study in German. It's not true. There are courses that are in English. And in fact, there are even more English courses than German courses. And you can see it here. For the international programs, you see that there are even more English courses than German courses. So if you filter for English, then, for example, you are talking about commerce. So, yeah, commerce, maybe commerce or something. Yeah, I mean, I'll just put commerce there. So if you search for commerce, you can see that there are about 9 courses. And if you check here, you see that there's what we call Masters E-commerce and Logistics. We have Masters European Film Business and Law. They are telling you that you can apply for this. Masters in International Dispute Resolution. There's Masters International Economic Law. international masters in legal theory, blah blah blah. So you have to. There's also master's law in finance, master's law in international banking, security and finance, European and transnational intellectual property and information technology law. So these are similar courses that you can find. So you should widen yourself. If let's say you did business, you can put business there, and then you see that there are several of them. There are different variants. We have international management, they have marine engineering, there are programs in so many other parts, business administration, there's global business. So these are courses that you can do with your certificates. That means that you can apply with this certificate, and you should read. So for example, if you go down here, and this is international management, you should read down here, and read about the program. Read about the program. But this is just the program. Remember, I said this is not scholarship. So, but the good thing is that in Germany, most of the public universities are free. You don't have to pay for any tuition fee. The only thing is you need a blocked account, because blocked account is an amount of money you have to use to prove to the um, you have to prove to the visa embassy or the embassy that you can fend for yourself when you come to Germany. So that's the amount, and currently it's around 12,000 euros. Now, this blocked accounts, when you put it there, when you put in the account and you get a visa, when you come here, it's the same money they are going to give to you bit by bit to the end of your program. So that's how you do. Unless you got a scholarship. So if you are able to secure the Dad EPO scholarship or the Dad Emo Schmidt scholarship, you don't have to submit any blocked account, because the scholarship letter stands in as your source of funding. But if you are applying for something like this is just a program, and so you have to find a way to sponsor yourself. Yeah. So that is all about the program. Someone asked about it. I just took time to explain to them. Yeah, he said, Freeman, are you doing you are doing great providing this sort of support, and we really appreciate your effort. I have learned a lot from your videos. Thank you very much. Please continue to watch the videos, share the link, the page, the YouTube page to others, let them follow as well, so that we can get more people on board. Someone with a bachelor's degree in agriculture technology with a 10 years gap, can he get straight PhD in the US? I'm not saying no, but the 10 year, you have to account for it. For example, what were you doing during the 10 years? Is it the job that you are doing? You put it there. It's all part of your experience. So there's no problem with that. But some universities will usually prioritize those who finish close to the time they are going to start, because they feel like that time you are still in your academic mode. But if you are off school for 10 years, sometimes there's that kind of, but I'm not saying that you will not be able to. The only thing I'll tell you is to apply. Please check the videos. Agriculture programs are usually part of the list that I show in every video. Check the videos, do the application. The worst you get is you didn't get it. Yes. But if you also get it, then you jubilate. So that is all that I can tell you. So please go ahead and do the application. Are there any other questions? Please drop your questions now, so that I can answer them, because we are coming to the 1 hour mark. The last thing, of course, that I want to say before we end this is um, to give you a bit of motivation. Now, I've talked about admission, scholarship, blah blah blah, and all that. The first thing you have to bear in mind is that even if you get an admission and you don't even get a scholarship, it's already a great achievement for you. You've already gotten the first step, because there are a lot of people who applied. Some people didn't get an admission, but you were able to secure admission. So it's a very great thing, and you have to celebrate it. You have to celebrate it, even though it's not a scholarship, but celebrate it, because it's a big achievement. You took the time off, you were able to succeed in that regard. Remember that when you apply for scholarship and they say, oh, the number was great and they couldn't pick you and all that, don't give up, because sometimes, for example, some scholarships will pick, they have, okay, we are picking 10 people, they pick the 10 people and they will rank the next 20 people according to the rank. Immediately someone drops out and said, oh, they are not picking up, they are picking the next person. So you may even be the next person coming up. So the fact that you got it and they said that they are putting you on hold or something doesn't mean that you may not get it. So please keep your prayers up, keep applying and all that, and hopefully you can be one of the people that will be picked. This the reason why I'm smiling is because one person I helped from Pakistan applied for the Erasmus for the program that I was on, and he was put on reserve list. And he wrote to me, he was worried. He was like, yeah, this reserve list, is it possible that I'll be picked? Blah, blah, blah. I said, well, don't worry, let's pray. And then the next, I think, week or two, I got another message from him saying that, oh, he has been picked now because they told him that someone had dropped. Remember, whilst you are also applying for many scholarships, people are also applying for many. And so when they get to, they cannot pick all those two. Even myself, the year that I got my scholarship in 2020, I applied for several. I also secured a Commonwealth shared scholarship in the UK to study at Cranfield University. And I had to pick the Erasmus, so I had to drop the Cranfield University one. And it means that the person who was ranked just after the cutoff point will then be given that scholarship. So it can happen to anyone. You get it. So you have to keep on applying, keep applying, keep applying. Is that say many assistantships and scholarships are open after you arrive on campus. So some people say that, oh, I cannot take the loan, or I don't, they get a partial scholarship and they are able to sponsor themselves. When you get there, sometimes those assistantships come up whilst you are already on campus. So that's why I said it's good to reach out to the students who are already there to give you big advice on their department. And someone says, and the next thing is be patient, network, and keep applying. I always say it in my videos, be an aggressive applicant. You cannot just apply for one program or school and think that that is it. You have to apply 10, 20, 50, continue applying. Don't give up. And even myself, I applied for several of them. I can open my Excel sheet for you to, to know the number I applied for. So you don't have to give up. Please keep on applying. And then when one of them clicks, you forget about all the stress you went through. Yeah. So please be an aggressive applicant. If you're someone who is interested, make sure that you apply as many as you can. Anytime you see that I drop a video on my YouTube channel, watch it, follow the process, and do the application, and then put that one aside. Continue applying, just continue applying, and then make sure that you keep on praying, and then I'm sure that you'll be able to land the next scholarship. So this is all that I can give you today. If there are any questions, please drop them in the comment section right now so that I'll attend to them before. Someone says that, good evening, sir. Is it possible for medical doctors with master's degree to apply for another master's program in related field using the master's transcript? Also, is there possible fully funded PhD programs in Canada and Europe? Yes, the first question is about applying for another master's with your masters. Some of them usually would write there explicitly that you shouldn't have had another masters before. For example, the Mastercard Foundation Scholarship at the University of Toronto, they have medical courses. So Connie, if you want to do medical courses, then I can show you I'll make a video on that one at the University of Toronto. But they always write there, you shouldn't have had a master's before. So if you have a master's, I will entreat you to target fully funded opportunities, the fully funded PhD opportunities. And the videos that are made on Cornell, Dartmouth College, Notre Dame, they are all in the US. They have PhD opportunities in medical fields as well. Now, if you also want in Europe, and if you also want in Europe, hold on. If you want it in Europe and, for example, Germany, there's a video I made on my YouTube channel. Check it, Connie. And this video, I explained how to secure fully funded opportunities or PhD opportunities in Europe, Germany, and all other countries. Check on my YouTube channel, you'll see it there. And then, because those pages are updated all the time, and I'm sure you'll find something that you can apply for. So check that video on my YouTube channel. It says Erasmus scholarship on my mind, waiting anxiously for your video on that. Yes, don't worry, I'll make a video very soon on that, because they are not fully open. That's why I'm keeping cool. But I'm really looking forward to it. The thing is with Erasmus is that you can apply for 3 programs. So if you If you are interested, you can already go on Erasmus catalog. So this is how you can. Let me share my screen quickly and explain how to get that one. Erasmus catalog. Then um, so we can go here. Mm, so this is how it is. This is how the page is. Sorry, this is how you search. So if you come online, you just okay. So this is how the page. You just need to type on in Google Erasmus catalog, and then you come to this first link. Then when you come to this link, then you search course catalog. Go down here. So that's what I want you to start doing. Go down here and already look for 3 courses that you want to study in. 3 of them, and bookmark them down before any other thing. So if you are here, I'm giving you heads up homework. Go on this link and then look for 3 courses. The only thing you need to do is just type Erasmus catalog as I'm showing you here, and then type and then click on the first link. When you come down here, you see search course catalog. Click on it, and then you come down here. You see you can filter by country, but the main is to filter by study area. So we have the agriculture, arts, chemistry, economic sciences, education, environmental science, geohistory, information, IT, medical field. Someone asking about medical. So if you want to find courses in the medical field, remember this one is masters. So the medical courses include masters of skin in skin health, or master of science in skin health and care. There's in psychology, medicine of humans in space and extreme events. There are courses in other parts as well. You can check life sciences, law, literature, physics, political science, social sciences, and humanities. So please, if you are watching me today, go on this and look for 3 courses already. Look for 3 courses and bookmark them down so that when they are open, we can do the application. We can do the application. So there are several courses. Don't limit yourself to exactly. Someone talked about finance. You can find finance courses as well. Environmental economics. There are courses here as well. We have European Masters in Health Economics and Management, Intellectual Property and Data Law. Yeah, there are several courses. Please go and bookmark 3 courses, and then when it gets there, I'll drop the video on how to do the application. So yeah, this is what I want you to do for Erasmus. Good. Now someone says, Felix says, please, I have gotten an admission from Northeastern University, but it didn't come with funding. I have written to the university and some lecturers there, but there's no reply yet. Please, any advice? Follow the advice that I told you today. So the first, if you have written to lecturers and you are not getting, the next thing you can do is look for the financial aid department, write to them, go to the international office, click on the international office, tell them if there are assistantships in their office that you can do, write to them. You can also go to the university employment page. If there are some graduate assistantships they've published, write to them. You can also look for current students. Go online, Felix, go online and then look for students from your country who are studying in that university. Write to them and ask for opportunities as well. And then that is how it is. So please use, if you were here from the beginning, you will be able to know how to do it. Yeah. Okay, so I think there's no other question as well. There's no question again. If there's no question, I think I'll end the live right now. But like I said, go to my YouTube channel right now, subscribe to my page, follow all the videos that I've made because they are tutorial videos. They will explain everything to you simply, and then apply, and apply. Okay. So there's nothing again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll meet again next week. We'll meet again next week to do another live session, and I'll explain again um, on another topic. So, yeah, that is it. I wish you all the best.